if you are an entrepreneur or a creator or anyone who is creating content online to sell your products and you want to build your personal brand, this is probably one of the biggest mistakes that you can do while building your brand. So let me paint you the picture. So here we have your brand, right? Say that's going to be a YouTube channel, since we are on YouTube, right? And if you put everything into one box, right? So let's say that's going to be business content. Then that's going to be like lifestyle. Maybe that could be like tech content, let's say like filming, maybe like philosophy, and so on, right? And on a paper, that might be an okay idea. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big problem, but unfortunately, it is not the best thing to do. So I want to give you a strategy breakdown that I have for my business, that I have for creating content online. And I'm going to share some of the things that are going to be valuable to you. Because as a person who has multiple interests, right? I love business, I love music production, I love filming, cinematography, philosophy, everything. So how do you talk about your interests in a way that it's enjoyable, that grows your business, and it's sustainable, right? You could just take action every day and every day. So one of the problems with this approach that I just illustrated here is you are trying to be everything for everyone. But if you are everything for everyone, you are no one, right? You want to be well known for something, right? And again, it doesn't mean that you cannot talk about your interests. I want to give you the strategy. I want to show you how you can actually do that while still enjoy your content, build your business, and so on. So if you are new to the channel, or if you just first time watching my videos, I want to give you some really quick background. So I'm a music producer. I've been doing music production for more than 10 years. And I've been doing online coaching, started an online business also 6 years ago, something like that, right? So the strategy that I have right now, so I have this channel, the one that you're watching videos on, right? This video. So this is going to be my new business channel, and it's pretty small right now. And then we have my old channel, which was about music, but right now it's going to be a little bit of rebranding, and it's not just music, it's more like a tech channel. So here I talk about content, so that's going to be sound plus filming, right? So I took my experience in sound design, in music production, and I just rebranded my channel a little bit, right? Now, what most people do, or at least this is also how I was thinking about it, I wanted to put everything, all content here on this channel, right? But again, on the paper might be a pretty good idea, but you might confuse the algorithm, right? So let me give you an example. Now, on the business channel, what I like to talk about are going to be mostly, obviously, the business content, the video that you're watching right now. Then there's going to be, let's do slash content. Then I want to talk about fitness. Could be a little bit lifestyle, right? Then we have spirituality. Sometimes it's history, and the last thing is going to be style, style. I'm gonna write tailoring, right? So now we have the image of the potential audience, like the viewer of the channel, right? So let's imagine that this is going to be person A who is consuming this content, right? So person A, right? Now in the past, I'm gonna break down the strategy for my old channel. I was mostly talking about, probably the only topic was just music production, right? Now, and I had a completely different avatar for this, right? Someone who is interested in music production, although like I still had like entrepreneurs, different kinds of people doing music, right? So they are interested in that. Question is, how do you connect these two channels? How do you talk about multiple interests in a way that it's enjoyable, right? Let me give you the strategy, right? So I wrote here tech, content, sound, and filming. Essentially, and this is going to be very simple, what I'm doing is I am funneling people to one author, which is called Spirit Circle, and I'm gonna write the headline for my marketing right now, right? So we are funneling people here, and the headline is the following: get paid to exist doing what you love. And what's cool about it, the way that I look at my marketing like this is, it doesn't really matter if I come from the business channel here or if I come from the music channel here. Essentially, we have one ecosystem. Because there might be someone who, let's say, I'm gonna talk about color grading and filming. That technically goes into the category of content creation, right? But the different positioning that I have for this second channel, I'm gonna put all the links, by the way. I'm gonna put the link to this one, so get paid to exist doing what you love. And again, you can just look at it as a scientist, right? Or maybe if you want to join, if you want to get paid to exist, then check the link in the description, okay? Technically, this got like color grading, filming, sound design. That goes into the like umbrella, into the category of content, right? This video right now that you're watching, this is more like a business content. This is more like high level strategy. This channel right now that you're watching, it is not like an artsy channel like in a traditional way. It's not like cinematic. Like here on this channel, I do not publish a lot of cinematic videos. Like, of course I do if I feel like it, but generally it's more like high level strategy, almost like no editing. I do not do like talking head video like lately, right? So when you understand the positioning of your business, like who you are, who you want to help, what's the thing that you like doing, and then you can just think about this strategically. So now let me explain why does it work, and then you can implement this strategy to your own channel or channels if you have multiple channels, right? It works because everyone has a different pain, right? Someone might have a pain of, say, I have a channel, I'm making sales for my content, but my videos look amateur, or my sound is not like very crisp, right? Say I want to be able to make my content look cinematic, right? So this is like pane one, and then someone might have a different problem, right? Let's say they have like they made millions but they feel empty inside, and this is going to be pane two, right? And then depending on what they want help with, we can either say, again, we're gonna do like channel one, go like this. So this is gonna be C1, and this is gonna be C2, right? So depending on the pane, they might end up in this channel, or they might end up in the other channel. And my strategy is like, it's the ultimate strategy, because if they enter, say, this channel, at some point they're gonna start consuming videos on this channel as well, right? And this is gonna be the point number one. But the second thing, and again, I just want to add a little bit to this, it's different pane, different solution, right? So I'm gonna write here solution is different depending on the avatar, and then timing, or like timing, speed, right? Say if someone is already making sales with their content, it's probably not like very urgent for them to, you know, fix something. Okay, it's already working, it's more like a nice to have thing. But on the other hand, let's say, again, let's talk about the avatar number two. If someone has money but they feel empty inside, they do not want to live, this is like a bleeding neck problem, right? And probably person number one, if they feel good and they just want their content to like, they want their content to look cinematic, they probably do not need philosophy from, say, again, from the second channel here. It's like the bird's eye view strategy, right? This is one thing. And the business channel is giving me that. But someone else, like a different avatar, might not need that. So it's different, right? And thing is, it's the ecosystem. It's the ecosystem. Your channels, they do not exist without each other. And this is what I want you to think about. Ecosystem. And you're going to be putting videos to, like uploading videos to these two channels, right? For example, if I look at my business channel right now, the content is very deep, right? I'm not like withholding anything from you. I'm giving you like the spiritual, the metaphysical, the business advice here, like all for free, right? But it's more like this type of content, it doesn't grow that fast, because it takes time to actually acknowledge the problem, or even, you know, start thinking about these things, all right? But then again, the biggest thing is you can have different channels, but they are all leading to one offer. You're all leading to one offer. Now, let me give you the breakdown of my offer, so you actually have like a tangible example of how someone else is doing that, right? Okay, I'm gonna paint the picture for you here. So my offer is called Spirit Circle. And it's like a business, a spiritual kind of offer. I'm using the ancient principles to help you start, grow, scale your business, and most importantly, enjoy your business like it's an art project. Turn your life into an art project. And the headline is very simple, right? Get paid to exist doing what you love. right? Inside Spirit Circle, I have, I think, 6 chapters. So six chapters. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna paint it for you here, and you're gonna realize and see how this is all connected. So number 1 is understanding how reality works, right? Reality is mental, right? This is the ancient Hermetic principle. Number 2 is gonna be NPC, or like, let's write I bought versus architect. This is chapter 2. So I talk about how to stop being a bot and how to be the owner of your reality, how to be a creator of your reality, right? I'm not gonna write probably like every single of these sections, but let's say like character Bible. This is where we create your character, right? I'm not gonna go too deep into like the spiritual and the philosophical principles in this video, because this is more like about like high level strategy, business content, and content creation. But it's like you are writing a manifesto to your life, to who you are, right? And then the most important one that I wanted to talk about is going to be the visual alchemy. And here I want to stop for this for a second. Visual alchemy is all about the way that your content looks, sounds, feels, plus your visual identity, right? So now you can look at this. You can look at this and see my strategy behind this, right? So let's say these things, so the character Bible, the bot versus architect, how reality works, this goes into the umbrella, or like we could say, it's more like about the business side of things, right? All the blue ones. Now, if we look at the visual alchemy, that goes to my music channel, right? Or like tech channel, if I have the new name for this. But still, it is a part of one ecosystem. I'm not really reinventing the wheel here. And that's how you can think about the content that you are creating for your brand, right? And I think this is pretty much it, what I wanted to talk about in this video. So let's start wrapping up. I want to give you some of the tangible steps, tangible tips for you to maybe rethink the content strategy a little bit, or maybe you could just take some inspiration, right? So what I want to give you is, number 1, just think about the topics. Think topics that you want to talk about, because this is very important, right? And you want to sort of break it down into channels like I did. I probably wouldn't recommend to have like 5 channels, but having 2 is very useful. So it could be like I did, like it's business, fitness, spirituality. It is one channel. And then we have color grading, filming, sound design. This is the second channel. So we have like the philosophy, the foundation, and then we have like the technical and the creative, but they all are part of one ecosystem. So think topics. Second thing is think format, right? So for me, what I'm doing on this business channel, you can see I'm my couple of my latest videos, I'm not showing my face, because it just helps me to, at this point, I'm not against like being in front of the camera, and you can see some of the videos that I did being in front of the camera. But point is, find a format that's easy, that is fast, and that is quality. So for me, I just know that, well, I could add something, you know, maybe like a little bit of editing, maybe I could show my face, but ultimately I know that it's not going to make a huge difference. So for now, I'm not doing any talking head. I'm just really focused on giving you the value, the information, and just enjoying making content myself, right? So think topics, think format, and then offer. One offer, one ecosystem. Because the problem that I see some people have is that they have way too many offers. You have this like low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket. It's chaos. It's chaos. Make one offer, one ecosystem. And actually, I probably want to make a video on how to create an offer. It's going to be a good one. I'll think about that, right? And once you get clear on this, you can be really, really strategic, right? So this is going to be you, and then you can have like channel 1, right? Like channel 1, and you're going to have channel 2, right? And different people are going to be consuming this type of content, right? And then this type of content. But ultimately, and this is how I look at my business right now, ultimately what is happening. So ecosystem. These two channels, they lead into one ecosystem, into one universe. And we're gonna have people from here, right? And then we're gonna have people from the other channel, right? And you see the logic. So this way you don't have to really like limit yourself, because one of the worst things that you can do is, let's say if you have multiple interests, if you're gonna be, you know, if you're gonna stop yourself from making the videos that you genuinely want to make, if you want to talk about like history, for example, right? If you want to talk about spirituality, business, or some like, you know, quirky kind of thing that you're passionate about, if you're going to be stopping yourself from doing that, well, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. So this is why I believe that having multiple channels is so helpful, because you can push, you can pump out a lot of content without sacrificing anything. So again, you cannot be everything for everyone. If you try that, then you're going to be nothing. You're going to be nothing. This is not very cool, right? So let's do a quick summary right now. So obviously the most important thing is going to be the ecosystem. Then you want to have two channels split by the categories that you generally want to talk about. You want to have one offer. What else? You want to have one offer, and inside that offer, you want to be able to have different audience, different people, but you're still helping them with this like one big thing, right? So think about topics, think about format, one offer, one ecosystem. And if this video has resonated and you want to learn how to get paid to exist, how to build a business that makes you happy and that, you know, prints you as much money as you want to have. But again, if you're gonna approach this from this like scarcity mindset, if you just want to scale, if you just want to make money, this is not for you. But if you are ready to burn the bridges to the classical approach to building a business, then watch this video next year. It will change your life.